Hi, welcome to Jadekind Gaming. My name is Adam, here with the 24th session of the Planetary Fragments, Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign. We have Austin, Ryan, Bob, and Nick playing Yarok, Rin, Yen, and
It's
Tana.
like Rin, except instead of Ruh, you go Yu.
And that's where I messed up. And last time, y'all took the caretaker and Bushy to live at camp in the Mini Maws. Then you went back to travel through the Underworld and stayed there. Down the river until you found a barge. That is perched over rapids that lead down to a cavern with purple flame lights dotting both banks towards a purple glow in the distance where Hades dwells. The barge, nearly full, is being lowered into the rapids with Yin and Rin, as we ended, aboard it, while Tana and Yarock are returning to the Mini Maws. So, of course, we go with the exciting end. You get back to that portal, go into the Mini Maws.
Step out into the Mini Maws.
Make our way to whatever the wine
orcs and
place.
such guarding the thing. Okay, so you just start basically making your way through. Okay, and you get roughly day travel through here.
Less than attacks us.
We have two people who actually need to be searched, and not a single contraband farrier with them.
We don't have contraband.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I do have contraband. I have the Sword of Sharpness, which I'm carrying to turn in, because it is contraband. It's company gear.
Well, right here you are on the exit side.
Yeah.
So they're not checking you as you're exiting it. Because in all likelihood, you've just been checked a good 20 seconds before.
Probably.
So you can bring that up when they're checking you on the entrance at the other end. Meanwhile, so you're on the barge. You have silvered eyes as the coins have basically vanished with that little haze to your vision. The barge loaded up with lots of people, children and elderly that might not otherwise have been able to be on here. And it is basically the ropes are lowered as it sets and just starts to take off in a series of rapids.
When is the picture?
On
the slot
you just missed it. You weren't smiling. It was a.
You had your mouth open. You look dumb. You just look real dumb.
Unfortunately, that goes on your ID for the Underworld.
No wonder everyone in the Underworld has really bad pictures.
Come on, guys, liven up.
Oh, hardy har har.
Just all death puns all the way.
You can't do it too long. Be beating a dead horse.
You're killing me.
For a group of friends.
Don't. If we keep on doing this, he's just going to start ghosting us.
Alright, so...
And the boat flips over and you die!
You know what? He doesn't have the spirit.
But let's be fair, aren't they already dead?
So we're descending the rapids.
Yeah, you're descending the rapids. You see on either side of the boat there are people.
I thought it was a river.
Yeah, it is.
This is the rapids of a river.
Oh, but I thought that you just said there's sea on either side.
You see on either side.
Yeah.
You observe on either side.
Don't worry, we're descending in 6 feet increments.
Basically the strown people that have not been allowed to move past, that have been basically denied.
Sucks to suck.
Those ones, yeah.
They should have died either older or much younger.
Many of them are children and elderly, because they have been there for a long time.
Not my fault.
You're just the solution.
All right.
But yeah, so you go down, and the barge is moving from side. You are rocking from one end to another, but you even like going against the edge of the boat, you don't seem, it feels like you would be falling off, but you don't until it rocks the other way, and you just right yourself up on it.
So our feet are somewhat magnetized almost.
Yeah, it's almost like you are held to the barge as it is chaotically, going down this series of rapids.
See one guy fly off, no ticket.
No stowaways.
Not on this barge. Otherwise, it is a lengthy journey, but one that is in its own environment. One that has no opposition. It is designed to make this journey.
All right. Well, while we're in the middle of our journey, I talked to Yen saying that when we get there, go ahead and break out the good drink so we can offer it to him.
Oh yeah, I think I do still have some.
Yeah.
I mean, I ditched most of it, but
Otherwise, it is about a 4-hour journey.
But not a 3-hour tour.
Right.
Safe.
They'll be trapped in Hades forever.
No coconuts needed. They're good though.
where are they getting all these damn coconuts?
I will.
Yeah. So.
And eventually and you can kind of see the light of the city, and there are buildings, structures, what look like basically temples, and there are lights, purple flame. You see people moving around. You see off to one end what perhaps looks like one of the buildings is being torn down and used as parts for another one a bit further over. There is work being going on as those who dwell here are working on that, but many are just existing, just being here. And the boat kind of gradually slows down towards the end as the river just sort of slows and literally stops. When you get close, you see it basically seems to be falling down into a lower, somewhere below. But the river literally just ends here to this row of docks. And the water drips down, and that is the end. As it docks here, and people start to
You
get off.
just hear that hydraulic hiss as your lap bars lift up.
No lap bars, you're being thrown around the thing, and you're not there.
But yeah, if we're exiting on this side, go ahead, since we'll be entering a different domain of his, and make sure to bow at the entrance.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll go ahead and if I get no directions from Sharon,
You get no directions, and it seems neither does anyone else that is getting off here.
then I'll go ahead and leave and then try to get my bearings to find out which direction I sort of am pulled in to meet with Hades.
From the pull that you'd had originally when you no longer feel anything probably from the point when the boat started going, that went away.
Okay.
That was like you are to where he is. Anything more specific, it's not giving you.
Okay.
I suggest we look for the big house. I imagine he's in a big house.
It's likely that
There's a number of what look like large temples.
then yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and try to find the centralmost point, which most likely things would radiate out from him.
There's no seeming like center of a thing. You walk around a bit. It seems the buildings, the temples, that they are built to be built. You see sites where it looks like that used to have structures. Numerous structures used to be here that have been removed. As if buildings have been put up and taken down and just moved to another spot. It doesn't seem like there's a... It doesn't seem like a city so much that it has like a sense of here we're building this for being able to traverse and get around, so much as there are collections of buildings that have been built or deconstructed.
Just buildings go up, buildings come down. Let's keep the dead busy. Shovel-ready projects.
Carry money.
And then pay other people to dig it up.
Okay, let's check out one of the temples. I want to see if it has any representations of Hades.
Yeah. Easy enough to look into. You walk in, the initial hall has, seating sort of facing towards like a central aisle that just goes down the center of it. And there are people that are congregated here. And there are reliefs, definitely iconography of Hades. You see scroll work into the side of the walls, like texts, like detailed artistry has been done here.
No.
But no one is giving any speeches here. They congregate here. They exist.
I guess I'll ask one of the petitioners if they know which. If I were to meet with Lord Hades, where would I go? Where is he located?
He's found me.
Mm-hmm.
How much typing do you have to do for a random guy? He's found me.
No.
I feel that if anything, the pregnant pause was more relevant to the fact that they answer and then they just stop.
Yeah.
They don't care why. They don't know why. They answer in a particularly unhelpful way.
Oh, world's greatest detective.
Well, we might have to do that, yeah.
Also, Hades afterlife just seems kind of either construction work or standing there being born.
Well, if you're bored, there's work to do.
Yeah.
If you work, there's sports to do.
Yeah. If you want to relax, you're allowed to relax.
So you're just there.
You exist.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the judgment portion of this hell has been poorly situated. This is not the afterlife one would choose.
I'd remind you that Hades has always been kind of the heavy punishments deserve to be brutal. He's not exactly one for gentle ministrations.
However, points for creativity.
Yeah. Tantalus, Sisyphus, those guys are having an interesting, torturous time.
Aren't you hungry? There's so much food right here. Why don't you try it?
But, yeah. So do we have a statue of Hades?
There's not a statue in this temple. There are reliefs on 3 of the 4 walls. Carving, but it's not freestanding.
Okay. I'll go ahead and leave and look around more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There are smaller buildings. Look like houses. You see some of them, artistry is done. It's not there. The place does not lack for creativity, it does not seem. It seems that with the desire to express oneself, that people have been able to do that, whether through poetry, literally carved in stone that you see, or through, other reliefs or such things. That is
furniture store.
But it doesn't look like necessarily any of these, what would seem like houses made of stone, are necessarily owned by an individual.
Mm-hmm.
There's no ownership, and as you get more of an impression on the constant destruction nature of it, it also doesn't seem that necessarily that one's artistry would be have longevity. It would eventually be taken down, and you can do it again.
So express yourself through constant going through the creative process.
Mm-hmm.
It's like making sand sculptures.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's probably pretty good.
I spent hours making this thing. Isn't it great?
Here comes the tide.
Here comes the tide. Yep.
So, are there any buildings that seem to be non-human proportioned?
Just on the general idea that gods are huge and like 12 feet tall.
Well, maybe.
Or they're tiny.
I mean, nothing that necessarily seems...
No.
So you're just kind of walking around. Make an investigation check.
I don't know. Are you better at that than me?
Investigate. I get a +1 to investigation.
All right, we're tied.
Well, you have guidance.
I don't.
Well, one of
Guidance.
you does.
Okay.
There, now you have guidance.
You cast a spell? Let's see. Yeah, I need you to make a... make a percentile roll.
Where? The deuce. 42.
Let's see. What level is guidance?
0.
0. And what is your luck stat?
12.
It does not succeed. The spell does not seem to take.
Okay, I cast it again. $53.
You're going to have to roll a 12 or below.
52. 26. 54. 76. 51. 52. 3.
So it takes nearly a full minute of him trying to cast the spell, but eventually it doesn't necessarily seem like it's just like nothing was happening. It feels like it trying and it fizzle, and eventually it does take.
All right. Investigate. So 17, 18.
When you make your way down through what is a grouping of these residential buildings, and you see it's probably very bothersome. They don't align to form a street. They're just like maybe a few seem like maybe it was going to be a street, and then there's one in the middle of it, and it's just kind of branching a few, and then there's just a few scattered like in a circle, and there's no concept for like a plan for it. You continue walking through, you find you walk your way through where people are destroying one of the older temples. They are taking it down with force and strength, and you get the sense of release that they have as they are just tearing stone from stone, where they are with tool basically grinding away old poetry that was once built into this stone, making a slightly smaller stone as they are preparing this stone for a new building, as they are just getting into the process of destroying and taking something apart, and you feel the
Catharsis.
Yeah, the catharsis that they get, and you walk by where the new temple is being put up, and where people are with great delicacy carving statuary out of stacks of these stones as they're being meticulously balanced one on top of the other with another on top, and to support them, and then carved down from there, and the work that is put into that. And you find yourself back near the docks before someone really addresses you.
Oh, good. We were about to have to Batman our way through this.
You're wandering around lost, my children. Is there something you would like to do?
We're looking to meet with Lord Hades.
Oh, but what would you want to meet him for?
Well, I go ahead and
see.
I go into my
tall man. He's probably about 6.5 foot tall.
Head's on fire.
Dark brown complexion, black
Too stupid
hair. It is very sleek.
He's actually not there at all. He's invisible and just talking to you. Wearing a funny helmet.
But you can't tell. Because this isn't Minecraft.
He wears completely black robes, but standing near him you see intricate details, different textures sewn into the fabric. Different patterns in different layers. It's detailed, but it's all the same color. He's not an elf nor an orc. He is akin to a human.
Do we know what that is?
No, but you do. But he's tall.
I do?
Dark skin. Yes, you, Bob. Bob does. Bob knows what a human is.
Oh. I didn't know if my guy got
Your dwarf thing doesn't let you know what humans are.
I go into my hole and I go ahead and pull out the deck and the urns.
Well, you've been gathering things, haven't you?
Yes. But we're here to talk with Lord Hades because it involves the 2 world breakers. We're trying to destroy the soul, or at least the body, of the Elnor and stop the machinations of Charthonax if we can. Because
they've proved problems in the past, but are mostly gone. I believe the god of them is long past.
Well, Bielnor has manifested himself upon the material realm with a mortal body and is looking to use the deck of Hades as a means of ascending. I'm not sure what card he needs to pull from it, what plane he needs to go to, but that's his current plans.
Well, what does his plan for pulling the card involve?
Well, as far as we know, they've been trying to collect these urns in order to make sure that they maintain...
The urns are simply the house for the deck.
Yeah. So presumably they don't understand how the deck works as far as being able to pull out the card that they need.
Do you understand how the deck works?
Not at all, which is why I've come to visit Lord Hades to get a better understanding.
But what is the joy in that? Perhaps the deck's purpose is to draw a card.
Well, but I already know the place that I need to go.
And where do you need to go?
Well, we're going to go into the realm of Wyrms in order to destroy the soul of the Elnor.
That place hasn't existed for a while now. Its card would have certainly fashioned itself into another one of the planes that manages to exist.
Alright. I love your idea as always. Let's go right up to the thing we're fighting and just kick down the door no matter how powerful or unpowerful we are. It's like, if we hit him where he lives, that would be best, where he's least defensive. Not stop his machinations. No, let's go kick open the door to God's house and murk him.
Yeah, the Demon Lord can be killed. He's separated by body and soul right now. It's like... Well, I'd say if I guess what we could consider the true location of the realm of worms no longer exists, then wherever the
Not for a couple of years.
wherever kind of the remnants of these planes that have subsisted seem to have maybe he's located there now.
Hmm.
Hopefully,
You have
he's
quite a
not
wise
rich.
one. I think you might enjoy a task of poetry. Think about it. Perhaps I'll see you around. I have a boat to return.
Hmm.
As he continues on to the barge, sitting still at the dock now, empty except for its keeper. And the barge itself, as you look towards it, sort of starts melting away with the water, falling down.
That was our ride.
Falling down into that same crevice where the water seems to go, and it just kind of melts its way down into there.
It's gonna be so sad when you guys, banish yourselves and just reappear in space, since all these are spatially connected.
Well, the bigger issue is whether or not banishment is going to work. How many days is that going to take?
Mm-hmm.
For my 12% chance of success.
Let's be fair, that's a higher level spell. It could be like 9.
We don't know.
And then you have to fail the check, because you're not allowed to say you do.
By Raw.
So, he has left you there.
Contest of poetry.
I have calligraphy. I can't do poetry. I mean, I guess in theory I could do poetry. I have calligraphy.
Are we going to need to write haikus?
I don't know. We could write medium coups. I don't know.
You
Just
would
figure-
assess his comment was giving you something that you might enjoy working on here. Because he did walk up to you and point out that you seemed... his concern was his children seemed lost.
Hmm.
And you've seen people that have enjoyed because they're carving script into stone. That they are basically... they are using that as an outline.
Yeah.
World's Greatest Detective?
Yeah. Well, let's go look for Hades and see if we can find him.
Any checks on maybe that was Hades?
Maybe could have been.
I'm not that kind of Clara.
But he didn't answer our questions, so.
But didn't he? The purpose of the deck is to draw the cards.
Hmm.
You're too clever for them, man.
Hmm.
No, I was smart. Decided I don't want to die right now, so I didn't go die and talk to Hades to say, "Oh, I think he wants us to draw cards." Our general fear is drawing cards could get the cards into the enemy's hands where they could draw cards and end the world. That's why we've avoided using the thing.
There's no point in drawing cards.
Right.
It's an actively bad idea.
Except for all the stuff you could get.
He can't get anything. All of his cards are garbage. He only gives you punishments, no good stuff.
There are both.
Yeah, but your definition of both is you don't get kicked in the nuts, you just get kicked in the kneecap instead.
Maybe we should start using the deck just to kind of get our hands around it.
Okay, give me a card.
One of the things with it also is that if you use it, you have how many of the urns?
3.
2.
Two.
Wait,
But we don't know how many there are. They could have like 9, and our chances of getting back are tiny.
yeah, which is why I wanted to talk to Hades as to whether or not we could either
Rig the game.
Yeah, essentially get the urns, or get it to where it only shows up in our urns, or use the deck in such a way that we can pull the card that we want. I don't know. Well, I'll go ahead and try it.
Yes. Just open a portal to the land of goblins as they spill out, instantly die.
And no, I'm going to at least attempt to see whether or not I can control what card I pull. I'm going to try to imagine something first before I draw anything.
Okay. So where do you go for this?
Where would be a good place?
In the middle of this area. All of a sudden, we have ogres spawning into Hades.
Yeah, just lightning dinosaurs in here.
It's like, let's go back to the unhelpful temple. Maybe that'd be a good place.
I forget. Is that an actual full deck, or do you specifically cut cards out of that, or it never has been?
I've just taken these cards out of it.
Oh. No, it was Austin's deck that I carried around. That wasn't a full deck for the longest time.
The deck in here is not a full deck.
Well, yeah. But I just did not know if your actual deck was full.
Yes, it is originally a full deck. But I have a handful of cards that do get removed from it. So you go into the temple and just take a seat in the back kind of thing?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and make a prayer to Lord Hades while I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Asking him for success and guidance in using the deck to achieve my ends of defeating the Demon Lord and the Elder God.
You are not a member of Hades Platinum. Please upgrade to the gold plan for advice.
How many...
Just hate to break it to you, I'm shuffling.
But yeah, I will try to imagine best I can, I guess, Olympus before I draw.
Okay. And you drawing how many?
Well, you only need to draw one.
Is that how many you're drawing, though?
How many you're drawing? You draw one.
Okay.
Then you get one.
Right.
See, I would have taken the one on top. Because it's easier to get to.
Yeah.
If you thought I was good at magic tricks, and that maybe I was answering the prayers by letting you choose a certain one, he probably would have. But he just saw me shuffle it, so he knows it's random.
Ace of Hearts. It's probably good.
Oh no, that one has an asterisk.
So, you draw a card. And this one is different than some of the others. You see it, for one. It doesn't instantly tear. You look at it, and it's an image. It's three hags with an eye between them.
The fate.
And that man from before is sitting next to you on the bench. Perhaps that's the one they want.
Ooh.
But here's the rub. That one goes back. As the deck disappears and the card with it.
Well, we've successfully figured out what they want. They want to change the tides of fate.
Womp womp.
52 card pickup.
It's on.
No, I have most of them here.
Vic, can you knock those out of his hand for me real quick?
No, the bigger issue is that I'd actually deliberately separated some of them to be out. But whatever.
Doesn't gravity suck?
Yeah, and these are particularly slippery. I'm gonna randomly guess those are the ones that are out.
Probably shouldn't leave them up.
Hot. Oy. Okay. That's the feature. I also have to make sure that that one actually is still in this large section. Because that one...
What do you actually get?
Nothing. We got nothing.
They got the card of fate, the one the enemy is looking for. They've successfully figured that out. The problem is it goes back into the deck and the deck disappears.
Yeah, you didn't get nothing?
No, you do.
Oh,
I have to now rearrange the thing because I dropped the...
Yeah.
If they're looking to change fate is make it to where they succeed, how about we use the power of fate in order to make sure that they never blew up the planet to begin with?
Because that's already happened.
Let's not unfuck everything, because that tends to screw up everything else.
The fates. It allows you to avoid or erase one event as if it never happened. You can use the card's magic as soon as you draw the card, or any other time before you die.
You realize you gave Ryan that power.
Well, he
Well,
didn't get,
I-
you could have had that power. You
I-
could have drawn cards.
I drew the card.
I didn't give it to him. He drawed the card.
Yeah.
If anything, Austin did. Austin is the one that chose this magic item.
Yeah. If anything, it was me.
So I can erase one thing from fate at any time. No. But
Now
not...
the fun part is the consequences that come with it.
Yeah.
so Channing McChatterson here may, just maybe, be Hades. Given that
Maybe.
he's magically appearing talking to you about rules of the deck.
I pull out a thing of the rice wine, and I go, rice wine?
Oh yeah, we wanted to give an offering to Hades as when we had met him.
Children, you owe me nothing.
I'm giving
I'm
you
glad that you are here.
You owe me nothing except 2 silver. Very important.
That's for the trip.
stuff. Rice wine?
You enjoy that. You're here for a very long time.
Oh, no, we'll be leaving very soon.
I do not think so.
That's okay. You're not required to.
You're in my house now.
But we're trying to
Just have Prince of Egypt.
yeah, we were trying to figure out if there was a means of us collecting the urns to keep them out of the hands of the Demon Lord's followers.
Well, I don't keep track of them.
So is there a means of using the deck in such a way that we could be able to go to the destination that we want without the...
It doesn't specifically... I suppose. The spare cards have all aligned with those lower planes. If you went through the other way, there's no guarantee that there's any other way out of any of those places. It's simply tearing at reality. Only the faces are truly determined.
Yeah. No. If we were to succeed in our mission of defeating the Demon Lord, would there be somebody that you would suggest that we go to in order to seek their assistance?
Well, I don't suppose there are many who want that task. You seem very gung-ho on it. Too bad.
We live on Earth. All of our stuff's there. Except for you guys, you don't live anymore.
Oh, we're fine. Would you quit being such a baby, Nick? I'm betting what we're going to have to do is use the stupid fate card to undo us coming down here.
Not necessary.
I guess that's one way you can do it.
That'd do it. We should have done what the other paladin did, and that is not get on the boat of the dead.
This is what y'all get for not being that kind of religious.
I wanted to get a priest of Hades and have him do it.
Mm-hmm.
But no. Had to be hands-on. You guys are... You live in a corporatocracy, you should be more eager to embrace middle management.
But,
I'm just saying, my supervisor said I had to go. I went. This is not my fault.
so,
Well, at least you can tell her honestly, I'll follow you to hell.
yeah.
I don't have to tell her that. I was there. She saw me do it. Unless she was winking.
If you have nothing else, other children to comfort. He kind of gets up and starts walking.
So where's the exit sign to this place.
You're welcome to check out. You may never leave.
We'll have to follow whatever path Heracles took.
Who?
Another legend.
Oh wait, I do have history.
But this is specifically religion.
Hmm.
Is Heracles different than Herc?
Same.
Yeah, okay.
That's just there's the Roman and the Greek pronunciation.
And it makes more sense because Hera.
Mm.
Because, you know, when you cheat on someone with their husband, you definitely should name the kid after the wife.
See?
Hmm.
I
It's
still
respect.
love you.
It's respect. I was thinking of you the whole time.
It's your spitting image.
Zeus, the god of I'm going to put my dick in it.
Well, what's that? He's a spitting
Oh,
image.
you've met my brother.
Spitting image of me. So I'm about to kill my spouse. Well, we got that, and it didn't open a portal to anywhere.
And the deck is gone.
And the deck's gone. I
Check
checked.
the other horn.
It's
Yeah.
not neither of those.
Oof. Well, we'll go ahead and
I see this as an absolute win.
yeah. So we've got go ahead and put those away. Yeah, I guess we're gonna start trying to either figure out an exit or try banishing ourselves.
Yeah, figure out an exit. I don't know if we could long rest here. If we can't long rest here, it's a problem.
There are homes. There are beds within them. They don't look
I can
comfortable.
short rest.
That doesn't help us be banished.
Yeah, but I can cast banishment.
Oh, I didn't know you could cast banishment.
Yeah, I can cast banishment, and I only require short rests to refill.
Alright. Let's just start trying banishment then?
Yeah. We can attempt it and see. You also might want to back up 10 feet away from me.
Okay, I'm back 10 feet away from him.
Are you still just in the temple?
I mean, we can find a place to be alone.
You've not seen that here.
Whatever, just...
Then, yeah.
You also haven't seen that people seem to care what you're doing.
Then
That was notable about him, was that he was one person that walked up and had an interest in you. No one else seemed to.
Then, yeah.
There are people that seem to talk, and they seem to talk to each other, but they only seem like these are people that are working with each other.
Then, yeah.
They're not interested in what's beyond their immediate.
I guess we'll go ahead and just do it here then. Nobody pays us any mind or matter.
I mean, we could just fly up the river.
Yeah, we could fly up. Maybe. I don't know if anything would prevent us from doing something.
Let's try banishment first. I feel like it's faster.
Alright.
God only knows where we're going to end up, but...
You've got plenty of HP. I can smack you, right?
Why?
Because it doesn't give you a saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm just gonna use my fist. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, don't chainsaw me, bro.
I rev the chainsaw.
Woo!
I get triple advantage.
Nah, you have to be 50 hit points or fewer. If the target is native to the plane of... If the attack reduces the target to 50 hit points or fewer, you banish it if the target is native to a different plane of...
Sounds like we need to use the chains.
No, that's an or statement, so... if the target is native to a different plane of existence than the one that you're on, the target disappears, returning to its home plane. If the target is native to the plane you're on, the creature vanishes into a harmless demi-plane. While there it's incapacitated, at which point it reappears in space near some activated. Yeah. So if I just hit you with this, it'll deal some damage.
So what are you doing?
Vanishing Smite. But it's got to be a weapon attack, so...
Chainsaw it is.
No, I'm not going to hit him with the chainsaw.
It's the only option.
You don't have to
Can't
rub
you
it.
just summon like a stick?
Yeah, you can do a dagger.
Yeah.
Is that a spell though?
Pack magic? No.
Okay.
No. As far as my packed weapon, I can just summon it.
Chainsaw.
No, I'm not going to hit him with a chainsaw.
Come
You're
on.
a bad
Kill
influence.
Him. Kill him. Where's it gonna go? 2 feet that way? You're already down here. How bad could it possibly go?
But yeah,
Remember, you can't instantly kill him. 0 HP is below 50.
Mm.
And then he'll probably stabilize.
But anyway, so I'd summon a very small weapon using my packed weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll go ahead and hit him with a Vanishing Smite.
Okay.
D4.
Plus 5d10.
Yeah. So, 21.
Plus strength. Well, sure.
Yeah. With charisma. I'll get you 4 weapon damage. Plus 2. So, additional 9. So, yeah. Go ahead and take, go ahead and take, like, 30-something damage.
How much?
12, 20, 27, 28,
31.
37.
And what does that put you down to?
Below 50?
Okay.
I have 86 health right now.
You find yourself in a field of white. You are not able to take actions or reactions. You can move pointlessly around it.
You don't know that I'm not from that other plane. We weren't there long enough. You said there was a time thing.
But you're not in the Underworld right now. You're a different place.
Oh. And I can't banish myself from here. Because I'm...
Do you concentrate for a minute?
Yeah.
At which point he reappears where he was.
Yeah, we're apparently now from here.
Means your kidney just hurts so bad.
Yeah, so he comes back.
He came back. He went to a harmless stemming plane where he was incapacitated, and he returned to where you were. Well, technically you also needed to roll to cast the spell first.
Oh, right.
That's a 5th level. What's your luck stat?
16.
So you have to roll 21 or below.
26.
Okay, so your first one was wasted. You have to. How many tries do you get between short rests?
2. No.
You short rest.
Yep, short rest. Nope. Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
23. So close.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Okay. Hold on. Before the next one, there is actually that puts you at your day, and you're needing your roll d20s each. You, if you roll 1, you.
Bob
died.
dies.
Right. So you.
So my death ward activates.
How that was an 8-hour thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it has been much longer than that.
We said that we were going to stop and reapply it every 8 hours.
You've been down here for longer.
And,
Too long.
and I'd be rolling these dice to recast Death Ward at this point.
Okay.
Which also would have all failed.
Well, I died. I need a new character.
Maybe.
The point is, your body passes on, your soul continues there, killing your character unless magic or the god's favor allows you to return to the land of the living.
I don't have the god's favor.
You
I'm
might.
not that kind of cleric.
You could ask.
Oh wait, you've got an ability. You've got
Still on
divine.
cooldown.
Yeah,
It's still on cooldown.
we've got divine intervention. Maybe that'll save us in whatever
Nope.
5 days.
Nope.
Just what you
I can't use it. I'm dead. I
You're,
need
you're
a
in the
new
realm of the
character.
dead. Your soul's still around, probably.
No, I need a new character. I just died.
We don't know yet. He still has the fates. He hasn't decided to...
Yeah, remember, he could bring you back.
He could just decide to basically bring you back to the... when we got to on the boat, or...
Alright, bring him back to life right here.
Yeah, if I did that, I'd still have the deck.
Or would you? Time shenanigans tend to make things funny.
Say, if I went back, I'd still have the deck on me, presumably, unless it's...
There is a balance of how much you want it to reset, because at a certain point you might also lose the information that you gained while you're there.
Hmm.
And then time would continue on as normal, unless you know you used the fates.
Well, you'd have to know, otherwise you'd just do the same thing again.
Yeah, we do the exact same thing.
Just creating a nice little close time loop.
The goal would be to say, instead I diverged to here.
Hmm.
Yeah, but you'd have to know there was a divergence in the first place.
That's the point. If you're going back to the past, you have to know that you went back to the past. Otherwise,
You could also say, use the fates to have, your first casting have succeeded.
Doesn't matter.
If his first casting would have succeeded, it would have succeeded before you were gone.
Yeah, but I came right back. It doesn't matter. I got bound to this plane. It doesn't matter.
You could undo, you could have had your fates to where you were not bound to the plane.
Doesn't matter. I'm still dead.
You could also try and continue further to work with Hades as he is around. See if you can change his mind. He seems set on you living here, but there are a few options.
We also never asked him for a challenge to get out. He does that sometimes.
Hmm.
Doesn't matter. I'm still dead.
No,
Right now you are, yeah.
Yeah, right now you're.
But technically you're dead, and you're just, other than you would seem a little more, little less worried about getting out. But other than basically the calm emotion spell is about the difference in what it has. You still recognize him. You still know him as your friend. You might even think of it more along the lines of, no. You need to worry about him getting out.
I wander off.
Could I use the Card of Fates to change the card that I drew to be the card that goes to the astral plane where the kami are located?
still dead, but you're where you're supposed to be.
Now, this would be in the past, and I would have drawn that card, and then we could have left through the portal that it creates.
No guarantee
Make
you
an
can
intelligence
get out of
check.
the astral plane either.
No, but our gods are there.
They might help you out.
19. So 20 total.
20, okay, then. Well, yes, you could absolutely do that. The concern might be if you change that specifically, if that is the line where you draw your delineation, you would not have learned that was the card they wanted.
I change how many cards I draw.
How many cards do you draw?
20.
Go nuts.
Yeah, I'll draw like what's 7.
What could possibly go wrong?
If you draw the Ace of Hearts that has the hole in it, then that one wasn't actually in it, and it's already mixed in, so you would have to But otherwise,
Fates again!
draw your second.
See, this is what the deck of many things is all about. Somebody going all in, and it's like, all right,
I'm
let's see what
temporarily
happens.
alive again!
Let's see what happens.
This one also was going back.
Yeah, you start getting stuff stripped from you. Because I can't expect the Lokars are good.
This is a night sky with a streak of a shooting star going across it. Your third?
Is it very good or very bad, judging by your face?
What are your weapon proficiencies?
Everything. Basically, except for...
Sniper rifles and rocket launchers?
Pistols, I think. Full list would be simple martial long arms, heavy firearms, explosives.
Oh, so you have the rocket launchers and heavy machine gun.
Yep.
I wasn't allowed to take a proficiency in explosives. I had to pick an explosive.
So, like, everything but pistols.
You get a pistol. Good job.
Let's just do it this way. It doesn't say it has to be a weapon, it just says you have to be proficient. So I guess not one that you can't use is all it's saying. Roll a percentile for me.
Give him the book of luck that ups his luck to 44.
44.
That one's boring. It's just a +2. It's like
78.
78. Yeah, that one might be an interesting one.
Here you go. Here's your holy avenging rocket launcher.
Mm-hmm. That'd be pretty cool. Shoot the demon lord with rockets of God.
Do you wear any armor?
Yeah, I got adamantine plate armor.
This isn't better than that.
Alright.
You get a really good magic item card. I'm like, I don't want to give you something that's not good.
18.
That's not necessarily a good weapon, but that might be a fun. You might like that. What does that actually do? That might be fun in the other roleplay sense of things, and that'd be fun. Yeah, you get a long sword of answering.
Mm-hmm.
Plus the bonus to attack and damage with the sword. In addition, while you hold the sword, you can use your action to make one melee attack with it against any creature in your reach that deals damage to you. Advantage on the attack roll. The damage dealt with the special attack ignores any damage immediate resistance the target has. What? Advantage on attack roll and any damage dealt with this special attack ignores damage, immunity, or resistance.
I'm gonna stab you so good you're not gonna not get stabbed.
Yeah, because you touched me. How dare you? It's the sword of answering.
Mm-hmm.
The sword of rebuking. They're all alignment based.
And what is your alignment?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
Chaotic good.
Chaotic good.
Okay, chaotic good. So who is this going to be?
Lawful evil. If we're going just opposites.
No, it has to be something he's proficient with, which means it has to be chaotic good.
Oh.
In order for him to attune to it, it would have to be chaotic good, so he has to have that ability. I'm in the wrong book for...
I do like the thing of, here's my god-slaying sword. God's immune to damage, except I poke him and he's not.
He has to hit you first.
Well, you have to not be obliterated by God.
I guess
Good
that's
luck.
not going to happen.
They're not gods. They're just a demon lord.
Well, is Demon Lord who can be killed, or was it the God that could be killed?
It's the demon lord
Oh.
that can be killed. The Eldritch Abomination, we probably can't.
Make your luck check.
16.
We'll make it to Sword of Hermes.
Hmm?
Does that mean he can send messages?
Well, Hermes, if we can call upon the good fortunes of Hermes, he'd be a dude who could get us in and out.
No, don't forget, Hermes is also thievery, messages, and healing.
He's the god of,
It doesn't
charismatic
actually seem to
rogues.
have any real direct connection
No.
to him other than symbolically. But symbolically, so that was the third one. You said 7.
Yep.
Neat.
10 of hearts.
We're now in the orc flame. Jump through! Don't care! We can find our way through that.
Oh, good. 10s are not. The deck disappears after that one
Does anything
as
happen?
it tears.
So it was just a nothing?
No.
No, it's one of the ones that makes a tear. So it removes itself from the deck as opposed to staying in the deck.
Oh.
Like the specialty cards stay in there. In other words, each time you get a card that causes a tear, it is actually lessening the deck and making the repeats from the permanent cards more likely. Yeah.
But also, you just open Tear in Reality and cards disappear.
Yeah. When you get one of the ones that's a tear, that makes it more. That's while those are in there, it's more likely to go away before you finished your draws.
So jump through the tear?
And through the tear, let's see, you were doing this originally
In the temple.
Yeah, were you in the temple again?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were sitting
So
on
this
a
was
queue praying.
before you
Died.
died.
Mm-hmm.
You'd had a tear and an opportunity to leave. Nothing but light seemed to come through this rip that was about yay long, just a tear.
We shall yeet ourselves through the tear.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, up there. Do you do anything on the other end? It's just you land your feet on soft grass.
Pull out pack, close tear.
Okay, so you close the tear. There are no creatures running around. Looking around, there's just fields of flowers.
Are we in Elysium?
Yeah.
This would be to one of the... any of the tears have not been to a divine realm. They have all been to...
Random other places.
Yeah.
Well, we're in fields. Do we see any civilization in any direction?
You did not. You just see a hillscape with just flowers.
Is Locate City no longer a thing?
Not that I'm aware of.
Also, question. Has your motorcycle been with you the whole time down in Hades? Or did you unsummon him?
No, I would.
The motorcycle is there because the motorcycle has silvered headlights.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
The motorcycle paid.
Yeah, the motorcycle paid, so he's with us then.
And the motorcycle's headlights are still silver, as are your eyes.
Yeah, we're gonna.
You have faint recollections that, as you break and you enter here, you have faint recollections that there was things tying you to that place, that the magic wasn't quite working. And
Raise Dead.
You're not dead. You never were dead.
I'm going to cast Raise Dead on Ryan.
And that make wisdom saves.
Okay.
You're standing next to Ryan.
Yeah, I'm good +6.
That's not going to help.
I don't think it's going to help either one of you.
19.
Pretty good still.
Yeah, it's
16.
I rolled a 3.
Mm-hmm.
So
Fortunately,
13
your-
plus 6 is...
your
19.
bonuses are good.
Oh, wait. I use a luck point.
Lower.
Lower.
You must use the new roll.
You at least faintly remember that there was something. He'd done something because you seemed like you were tied to that plane now. You're not sure why. You're not sure why you thought that, but you thought that he had to do something because of that. And these are memories that are quickly fading from you, as if waking from a dream. Is basically what that is. It is basically that little step after drawing the cards, and there was it was a little bit of a gradual process. You have enough to have had probably the conversation with Hades to know that yes, the first card you drew would have been probably what they want, but as you continued before the deck would leave you be, before spending the hours of trying, so you didn't quite. That part of it is fading as if from a dream.
Alright.
What about the rest of his cards?
Tear ripped thing unsets.
Yeah, because remember I was going to draw
He
4
has
and
he has a new sword.
Oh.
He no longer has access to the fates. And there was a comment. The cards disappeared as they go back into the deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, so any of the cards are gone.
I checked the urns.
It is not in there.
It
What
takes
did
2
2
days,
do?
doesn't it?
What'd the 2 do?
No, the comment.
The comment?
Uh-huh.
What's the
Okay.
comment?
It's a bad omen. Stability -1.
Just city wrecked by meteor swarm.
Mm.
So it didn't do anything?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it probably meant something bad's going to happen in the future.
Means something will happen.
I mean, we're adventurers. Bad things happen to us on the daily. I died.
You got better. You hardly remember that.
I'm just saying, I was
Yeah,
definitely
you-
going to make a cleric paladin of the exact same faith who came to find me.
Said you were dead, but prove it. Where's the body? Because you're looking pretty not dead to me.
I would be really upset I'd lose all my cryptocurrency.
Start rebuilding this.
Rebuilding my barely any cryptocurrency anyways.
But yeah. I guess we'll have to explore this place and find out where we are.
It's kind of a hill.
We
You
still
go
have
across
silver
the grade,
eyes.
or yes, you still have silver eyes.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go to a temple or something to get that fixed.
Oh, gee.
Do you?
Yeah. Because we want to make sure that we end up in the right place when we're actual dead.
Well, what does the silver eyes mean?
That we paid.
Yeah.
No.
Not that you paid and got on the boat. That's when your eyes silvered. Is when you got on the boat to the underworld.
Yes.
Hmm.
Technically, they both had payments as well.
Yeah. If we ever die somehow going to the Hades afterlife, we at least have a payment just in case.
We went in and just made sure. Hey, if we end up here, in case I don't have any money on me, I'm just
Yeah.
Just
I'm
cover
good.
my bases.
All you had was gold and platinum. This is bullshit!
that happens.
Yeah, and now I'm just thinking of them saying you can't take it with you, having to preemptively visit hell to pay in advance because it doesn't just magically come with you when you're dead.
Of course it comes with you.
That's why you get buried with it.
Yeah. But what if someone digs it up and takes the silver out of your eyes?
If you paid it, it's gone.
Oh.
As long as you paid it before they took it.
Oh,
Yeah, then it would be gone.
So the silver in real world goes on your eyes, you get buried. Eventually, if they open it up, the silver's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an anti-inflation method.
Just slowly destroying the silver market. Eventually, the
So do you go
just
up
doesn't
the
happen.
hill, down? What do you?
Yeah, we'll fly around with Genji and try to figure out where we are.
So you fly.
Mm-hmm.
As you fly up, you notice the earth below the ground start writhing at it as the flowers lift up as large in this area one large earth elemental pushes its way up as it's reaching up to grab at you.
I do not have controlled elemental.
Dodge?
Elemental plane of flowers and earth elementals.
Flowers are of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say that it's not a normal thing to have flowers and earth elementals? Because it should be a normal thing to have flowers and earth elementals.
Makes sense to me.
Seems like it would be destroying the earth elemental, but with the roots.
It's all part of the earth.
It isn't, though.
So we're going more the Asian alignments of sometimes just... Oh, well, that one specifically does.
It's not actually shaped like a giant turtle.
Well,
Yeah.
Why should it not have flowers? Flowers are pretty.
that's for voting.
What?
CR.
Oh, yeah. No. Many of the planes you've come across have had many smaller creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Not this one.
Alright, Ryan, you go get it. I'm going to stay up here in the air.
And as he reaches out, I'm just going to go with... Oh, and this also isn't fair for that comment. You can do it. He's already said he's standing aside. Does 23 hit?
It hit me.
You roll with disadvantage. Yes, it is. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, but he had to roll with disadvantage. So
You could have gotten lower.
I did.
No,
No,
you
you didn't.
You had a 6 and then rolled a 7.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's 17. I'm sorry. I thought the dice number was the page number and the...
No,
He
no,
gets a plus 17, sorry. Take 31 bludgeoning damage.
Alright.
That's a lot of bludgeoning damage.
I just went with the median.
the one just
As it
listed.
basically
Yeah.
spits a rock out towards you.
Okay. Land?
As you get back on the ground, it just seems to settle.
Right.
It hates stuff in the air. This is how all future campaigns shall be run. Just needs earth elementals everywhere. Plus 17 to attack with 31 damage minimum.
You dare fly?
I like this place. We can run the rest of our games here.
Okay, just 90 feet.
Yeah, let's just go traveling on our motorcycle.
And it goes up over a hill and more flowers. More vibrant section, large patch. Enough that almost feels like it might be another different creature that has, moved from an area with different kinds of flowers that's settling into the ground over off to your, to your right.
Before we get going any place too crazy, I want to go ahead and just take a moment to mark out an area with a symbol so we know where we've been.
Mm-hmm. It does just seem to be like an endless expanse of this rolling hills of flowers.
Yeah, but that's fine. I just want a marker.
Can we use the portal guns to open portals too? Or do they just do closing?
Just closing, but it has to already be an
If
open
you
portal.
find an existing one, you can tear into it, but it has to already be there.
So you could do shrink row and block.
We could do the
look.
telescopic thing and see if we can find any portals.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing, is looking for portals.
Okay.
Whilst we drive along.
Yeah, drive along looking for portals.
It seems you grow tired, as if much time has passed. The light never seeming to go away, and you notice there's no actual orb for the sun. It is just constant the sun.
Can restoration remove weariness?
Also, pull out your cell phone, see how much time has passed.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
see.
Been near. Yeah, it is late into the night.
Alright.
Blind, poison. Yep. Nope.
Nope.
Greater, right?
A lesser doesn't do it. I was checking.
Yeah.
I have greater as well.
But you need 100 diamond dust.
I have diamonds.
Yeah. But it consumes it.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't do that anyways.
No, okay. Well, it reduces exhaustion by 1 level, which is what?
Or, option B, you could just sleep.
Hmm.
It's light out, but yeah.
You can sleep when it's light out.
Yeah.
I don't
know.
Like, a bunch of you are just crazy people.
Like I said. But yeah. Wait, I mean, do you have greater restoration?
Yes, I do.
You can always try that.
What?
It's always an option.
Why would I do that when I could just sleep?
Okay. What do you want to do? Do you sleep? Pick a spot in the hill? Big colorful patch of flowers?
Yeah, if we got no choice but to pass out or not.
You can push on for a while, but it will slowly move you there.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Guess we sleep.
And we don't find any portals in all these hours of traveling around looking for portals?
Not at this point.
Nope.
It's not a common thing to be there.
Go ahead and check the urns before we go to bed and see if it showed up.
It has not.
Alright.
And roll percentile, see if the world ends. Well, because we drew cards. The enemy gets their fate card.
I'll draw cards when I get to later.
The deck is back. Okay, you're up, cultist. 20 cards. You know the rules.
20 cards!
You guys make your way across, and you get to the portal
To wine drops.
to Wine Drops.
Yeah.
What are you doing with this blade? Do you have a license for this?
I'm submitting it as contraband.
Alright. Tosses in a bin.
I'm giving my receipts. I have to turn that into the company. It was retrieved from their property.
It's a tag on it.
Yeah. Give me those receipts. That's contraband.
It's all going back to them the same.
Yep. But I'm getting paid for it.
Go through, get a hotel room.
Nope. You're waiting on a boat. You have to get one of the speedboats, which I believe was probably the range of some amount of silver.
How fast are the boats?
And they're speedboats.
Are they slower than a 90-foot mount?
As we just run across the fly above the water.
So as everyone, as there's a group of people queuing, they're
Come
My
along,
people need me!
Come along, Pyromaxis.
No, there's not a
so the Leviathan pulls.
Just Drainer elementals everywhere in the lands, hating flying. What about the Wind Dragon one? Hates flying the most.
Comes down from the sky. This is my area. Go down.
Not flying, running on water. It's cooler.
Which also means probably like as you peel out, like you're splashing the group of.
Oh no, we trot out. Respect. Polite.
Yes,
Don't be
because
rude.
it's like, even if we couldn't fly, Austin spends 10 minutes casting water walking on Kiramaxis.
Why, were these more refugees?
Just normal travelers.
Yeah. I don't even bother to stay to make food for them.
But otherwise, you guys finish your rest.
You're not dead.
Or you still are dead and just don't know it.
Nothing seems to bother you. Well, here.
It's still silver-eyed.
Yeah, I guess. Keep looking.
So either a greater restoration or erase dead to get rid of that.
Again.
And the only sensory thing is you're just trying to use the shrink girl, not using any spells.
I don't have any sensory
I don't know.
increase in stuff.
You're a warlock. A lot of warlock stuff has those.
No, somebody definitely should have been playing Horizon Walker. That would have been a great pick in this game.
I can see through magical darkness. That
But I didn't want
Darkness is
Also,
not the issue
isn't
here.
that a bard class or a ranger?
Ranger.
Yeah.
to. And they have ability to detect like planar portals within a huge range. It's nuts.
They actually would be really good in this
Oh,
world.
they'd be crazy good. That's a triple. That's a 6-figure salary position right there.
Just show boop.
no, I don't get like true seeing or anything.
No, okay.
And Bob, you have access to all your cleric spells, but no, I don't know any cleric spells that would help.
I don't know any cleric spells that would help either.
True seeing, Mike?
I don't think it would. Why would true seeing help with that?
I don't know. They're kind of hard to see. Maybe they're invisible.
Well, they are, but that's what the shrink grows for.
Yep.
This is about locating stuff. I don't know. Now, Scry takes coins too.
And true seeing requires a 25 gold mushroom powder.
So, to see the truth of the universe, you have to get high?
Mushroom powder, saffron, and fat.
Yeah, it sounds like I'm just gonna spice up some...
Make a luck check.
Mm.
One of you.
It's gonna be Ryan, he has the pluses.
20 total.
20 total. It takes the better part of the day to find anything. So you guys make your way to the city.
Nice.
And we engage in the classic bureaucracy of paperwork.
Yeah, we started uploading.
So you just basically, start going and you take some time with that. That's going to take a bit of time. Yeah.
Exactly.
And we've got so much paperwork. And we're gonna
The
fill
thing
it
is,
out.
you've even done most of it. Not on the forms. You have to copy it over.
Yeah.
But you know the forms well
Yeah,
enough
we've got
that you
our
have it
receipts.
all. You have it all lined up where it's just basically copying information.
Just smacking on the notepad, going, "I'm going to need these forms."
And no hesitation of that. Thank you.
Just there you go. You need
That's what we expect. That's the way it's supposed to run. That's how this stays smooth.
Yes, we're not here to help you figure this out. You're supposed to know
Yeah.
and request a thing from us.
Yeah, we're gonna get paid so good, and we're gonna not get arrested for all the crimes we totally didn't commit.
I mean, you documented perfectly well here that you didn't.
Yeah. Look at this paper that says I didn't commit any crimes that I myself wrote.
Wine drops. Well, what a
Otherwise, you do eventually find just a little dot somewhere.
Alright.
It leads to the hells.
It's in a field of, like a patch of roses. It's sort of above what seems to be the center of one of these elementals that is just sprouted roses.
Definitely not a trap.
Alright. Go ahead and
And you've seen a number of these larger patches where you feel like some flowers grow off of them into wherever they kind of settle, but otherwise it seems like almost like these different type of flowers are each tied to a different one of these massive gargantuan elementals. But in general, if you just exist peacefully in their realm, they
And
don't
don't fly.
Yeah, don't fly. You probably had a little bit of trouble with it if you tried going too fast, where you're kicking up dirt as your motorcycle goes. But as long as you kind of go at a bit of a slower pace, it doesn't. It's like,
Don't peel out and do donuts on
and
the
it's
earth.
very easy to notice, like as the giant things around start to lift up, like, oh, we're doing something, and as soon as you're no longer bothering them, they held no grudges. They just settle in.
Well, if need be, he can hover just slightly above the ground.
The ground just starts to shake a little.
Yeah.
Not sure if angry.
And he's like, what's going on? Well, he's not hurting me or rubbing up against me, but he's...
I'm just saying these earth elementals are
snowstorm
perverts.
is
We're
actually
driving
2
around on
rings.
them and they're just like, yeah.
It's like giving them
Yes,
motorcycle
ring of
massage.
Mhm.
It's 2 rings. That's just funny.
But, yeah, go ahead and approach the rose elemental.
Mm-hmm.
And say hello to it.
Do you, let's see, Terran?
Yeah, Terran
Or Primordial?
Primordial?
No, you have Sylvan.
You're not a
Yeah.
Storm Sorcerer.
I got Sylvan.
It doesn't respond.
Elven.
Until you smack tongues on you.
He could cast that
Like he prepared
Tomorrow.
tomorrow. So we find a rose guy who's sleeping in the ground.
Oh wait, I do have tongues. I actually have that prepared. Cast tongues on you. Go talk to him.
Have a party.
Then yeah, I could say hello to the rose elemental.
And as it starts to reply, you notice it seems basically that, well, maybe was this its back? No, it's like faces in the side, sort of out of the. Yeah.
It's like we've arrived on this plane and we don't know how to. We're looking for a portal to get back to our home.
I've never seen something large enough to go through.
Well, maybe something that our size, maybe too big for you.
Are you little one?
We might be able to deal with it if you know of a place.
To make sure I was clear originally, there is literally like a dot like in the sky of like a
There's
shrunk
a portal
portal.
right there.
Oh,
You can
That
stand.
it is over. Like this is what you see like just in the air, a shrunk portal over top of this guy.
For example, if you were Eric Respirata, you'd probably want to expand that big enough to let the guy through.
yeah,
Okay, so yeah, expand the portal big enough to let the expand the portal.
yeah,
You have to let the elemental through.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Sure.
We got to see what's on the other side of the. Well, yeah. Let's use the function that allows us to see what's on the other side first.
Well, you can through these portals you can normally already see through,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's just too small to look through.
Then
Yeah.
yeah, we'll expand it to take a look through.
Make it a spyglass and take a peek.
Yeah, it's just the godly realms that have fog usually.
Let's see.
We're in a realm of air. There's just poop flying everywhere. Why does everyone use those holes as bathrooms?
What makes sense?
I still love the small portals to the plane of air and the portable hole, making that just such a more useful item
Yeah.
for travel.
I'm going to take it out inside this box. It's fine until somebody drops one of those bad bags in there, in which case we're all in a bad way.
Mm-hmm.
They're hiding in the
Yeah,
portal.
it just is open dunes of sand on the other side as you start to open it.
That one.
Yeah,
Excellent.
that one. And it's like, well, that looks like one of the planetary chunks.
It's a lot more earthy than here.
I bet it's not.
And this place is pretty earthy. But yeah,
Thank you.
does he want to come with us to the desert?
What's of use there?
Nothing.
Nothing, just asking if you'd want
Then
to.
I see no reason to wake up.
No?
I pour one out for my homies.
As you just pour booze on this elemental and leave.
Have a good night.
What? Commies like booze. My religion says so.
And what is an earth elemental if not a kami?
Basically, yeah.
You are literally the spirit of the earth.
Yeah. So you do you leave this as an open tear here in the desert? Do you close it? Do you seal it?
We close and seal it.
No. We'll just shrink it back down.
Yeah, well, okay.
Back to where it was before? Okay.
Yeah, just shrink it back down.
Otherwise, now you are wandering through the desert.
I can't help but feel like this is your fault. I say as we're wandering through the desert. He said comb the desert, so we're combing the desert.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of those two black men with that pick comb.
Man, we ain't found shit.
Well, we can fly here, presumably.
Sandale once comes up, just starts sandstorming at you.
I just I can't help but feel like this is personal.
Yeah, the giant worm.
Here's the giant worm.
Well, you should probably check your cell phone to see if you're back on one of the actual planes and GPS coordinates.
Yeah, and check my GPS, see where we are.
We're in the Abudria Desert.
Ryan's eyes still silver?
Yes. Headlights, too.
Might need to go to a temple and see that, get that looked at.
Yeah.
I forget the sort of answering. Was it like my old sword where you can ask it questions too? No.
No, it's just for murdering people with it.
No,
No,
sort of
weird
answering.
name.
Like literally, you hit me. Now I hit you back. It's the sort of rebuking. Each sword's got its own name.
Yeah. And this is one that is allied to him. It might be of, worth of value in, to like someone interested in Hermes. There's a whole corporation that is. So
Yeah.
it might be a symbolic thing that you could use with that.
Yeah, answer, back talker, concluder, last quip, rebutter, replier, retorter, scather, and squelcher.
Is it just you get hit, use your reaction to do non-blockable return strike?
Yep.
But yeah, I guess we'll go
Plus
and
3.
start heading towards
It's a
wherever
big
the
chunky
next.
damaging weapon.
Sure.
There's not like necessarily GPS saying where the waypoints are here. There are no roads because of some of the dangers of traveling through here. It is not well documented.
Okay.
The interesting thing is it, as opposed to pretty much all of the others, has 4 portals that leave it.
Okay.
But otherwise, it's windswept desert that sort of seems almost to flow a slight descent from one end towards the other as winds slowly blow the sands down.
Theoretically, it's just get
Cycling
to side
through
of wall, then follow along wall till hit
Yeah,
portal.
you can definitely do that as you're making your way towards a direction.
Well, I go ahead.
You
And,
do see sticking out from the stone from the sand a spire of stone, probably around 4 or 5 feet tall. It's just sticking up, like a small top of not like a carved pyramid. Although there are definitely rumors of pyramids, of tombs of great pharaoh treasure that are within the place. And many person has lost their life looking for them here, but more of almost like a natural looking kind of top of like a pyramid, like a stalagmite in the middle of the desert.
It's a rocky outcropping poking out of the desert.
but it's got an almost man-made quality to it.
No, it's like a stalagmite. It's like the mindset might be that there are pyramids, but it seems like a stalagmite, like almost like an earth, like stone that hasn't been carved, that has been
Okay.
that look like as if sediment has dripped onto it and it's formed
But in the
Out from
desert.
out in the middle of the desert, sticking up from the sand.
I used ghostly gaze and looked down to see what it's connected to.
How far does ghostly gaze go?
30 feet.
At the point where you're looking at right now, it is too far for you to. You'd have to get closer.
Yeah, get closer.
Okay. And what does it let you see? How does that work?
I can see through solid objects up to 30 feet. They have a transparency to them that allows me to look through them.
Make a knowledge arcana.
Like they're ghostly.
And images.
5.
Whew. It's on the top of some creature.
Yeah, there's some creatures.
Bless the maker.
I don't know. It did literally just come through a portal from the earth elemental, the plane of earth. Could this be an earth elemental that came through a long time ago?
Maybe.
Where'd you come from? Where'd you go?
How long does your tongues last?
Hour, I believe?
If it's 1 hour, it's over. If it's 8, then it's still going.
It seems like it'd be
One.
less.
1?
1.
Okay. So yeah.
Yeah, 1 hour.
Do you need it again?
Maybe.
just leave?
See if we want.
If we're on GPS, we could just plot a course to the.
You don't have GPS here
Why not?
because this is not an island that is mapped.
They didn't put satellites outside the barrier here because no one
But-
comes here.
But if I look at a map, can I see what portals are connected to this place?
You can see the list. The ones that and really it's more worded as these are the ones that go to it. But Aranese Mountains, Mini Maws, Giants Bay, and Spotted Hills.
Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and try to.
Yeah, technically, Giant's Bay through the desert to Minimoss is the fastest route, but we don't like going through the desert.
Yeah.
To get to Wind Drops.
Sounds legit.
Tell you. Then we'll start heading.
But you don't know which one are. So you just leave the spike.
Well, cast tongues on me. Maybe we'll be able to ask him for directions.
Okay, cast tongues on him.
Be charismatic.
Yeah.
And you fly down to.
Fly down to talk to him and say.
Do you land or stay hovering above the ground? How do you roll that? It has not freaked out with you flying overhead like the other.
Then yeah, I'll hover for now. And
Okay.
Leave it.
You sort of park near it, and you speak in
Whatever its
Yeah.
Natural tongue.
whatever. It just comes out whatever you are understood.
Yes.
And what do you say?
I'd say if sorry to disturb you, could you we're trying to get directions to head to the nearest portal entrance. If you could direct us, if you will.
And it kind of just juts up a bit, almost with a sniff. And what's in it for me?
Pour one out for my homies.
You see a line of blue right at the base of it where the sand covers.
Yeah, dragon. Nice.
That horn's literally more than 30 feet.
What do you mean? No, it was about 5 feet tall.
Oh.
He was more than 30 feet in the air when he first saw it.
Oh.
I kind of go, I think we've made a mistake. I can't help but bring up that this is all your fault.
Again, we are dead and about to die.
Maybe not. Blue dragons aren't the most jerky. They just want to get paid. So
Yeah.
pay them.
Yeah,
Is it
Just
blue, though?
pay the man.
Why
Yeah.
would the blue one be in the desert?
That's where blues are.
That's where they live.
Deserts, beaches, cliff sides.
They have a burrow speed.
Why was it... I thought the spire was, not blue.
It's
No,
not, it's a horn.
it's a rock.
It's a
It's
horn.
a rock.
Yeah, it's a
If you look at the dragon on the shelf right there, you see it has a rocky,
That doesn't look like a rock. It looks like a horn.
It is a horn.
it is a horn.
Yeah, it is a horn.
This is all your fault.
And he thought we were never
If
going
you had rolled more than 5, you would have noticed that's the shape of a dragon, but I was looking for at least a 10 on that, and I'm like, that is not enough to notice. It's a creature. You can tell it's that.
Well, I got a magic ring. Would you be interested in that?
Well, I've heard good things about some rings. As it sort of lifts its head up enough for its eyes.
It's a dragon. It can't wear rings.
Yeah, but it can have
You
magic
can
rings.
have them.
Yes, it can have them, but it can't wear
Neither can Vakir. It doesn't mean he doesn't want magic rings.
them. Yeah. Neither can
And you can
Kira
kind of see
Maxis.
just that top of its head up to its eyes looking at you as it blinks and sand sort of flicks away. And how good is this ring?
Has resistance against lightning.
No. I got a ring of the shooting stars.
So first
The
off,
star.
your
I've
scales
looked
are beautiful
much at
today.
Yeah.
Come on, it's a dragon. Start with flattery.
Yeah.
Yeah, but God knows he's gonna fail whatever Arcana check he needs to know how to deal with dragons.
It's a big lizard. The first thing you do is flatter it. It's the same thing you do with any talking large creature.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and...
Assume they're stupid and flattery will get you everywhere.
No,
Versus
no.
It can't hurt.
Yeah, I'll go ahead
Well,
and...
it can. They can think you're petty or...
They can think I'm terrified, because I am.
Condescending.
They're a dragon.
Only
They'll
manage
take...
condescending out of concern.
Yeah, they're a dragon.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'll go ahead and compliment the dragon on its beautiful scale jewel coloring.
Thank you. And all you want is the direction that
Yes.
the next portal would be?
Not unless you're also interested in defeating a demon lord, but
I see little use in the hassle, unless it's got great treasure.
potential. But
Potential? Well, then find out information.
Yeah.
Find out if I could get paid really good, then hire me as a mercenary.
You can.
They
As
don't-
it sort of puts up, it's provide the ring.
Yeah.
And it's just sort of like bares its maw with like its teeth,
Put the ring on a tooth?
Yeah, does he want to?
and he and he just kind of calls it that. It is. And did you ask where to get to which one? What did you
Yeah,
ask?
I'm going to ask where to get to. It's
The Mini-Maws.
Mini-Maws.
Anyways, well, that would be straight to that direction. And what payment do you have for me to let you leave?
Banished.
Is that is what you do?
Yes, then we run away for a minute.
I believe banishment comes with a save.
Yes.
Shaw.
Charisma.
It's a dragon.
Oh, I forgot they're sorcerers.
It has legendary resistance.
Yeah, and
you
also-
can just make the saving throw.
I mean,
That
really-
might help you. Let's do
DC
this
is
one. Let's go with this one. It doesn't have to be that big.
18, I think.
So it fails that, and it chooses to succeed. I was being friendly.
You can't blame me for that. That was hilarious.
It absolutely can. It's a blue dragon. Now whose fault is it?
Still hits.
You are both on the bike, so all three of you are within the line of lightning.
Now, did any of you equip those rings of lightning resistance?
Not me.
So all three of you need a dexterity save.
Do I still get the plus 6?
I'm going to decide a rule here. First, let's have Genji make it,
No.
and if Genji succeeds, you get advantage. If Genji fails, you get disadvantage because you are on top of Genji.
That's bullshit.
Too bad.
This is why I have those feats for mounting.
So, not very good.
You're allowed to use your luck points on other creatures. Remember,
Am I?
I'm pretty sure you can use your luck on someone else too. Yeah, because you can use it to give bad luck to your enemies and such.
Or is it only the gnomish one that does that?
You can also spend one pluck point when an attack roll is made against you.
Is it only attacks against you? Oh, okay.
If one creature spends a luck point to influence the outcome of the roll.
I know you do it first, but maybe it's only when you're being attacked.
Unless we count Genji as part of me.
He is for a lot of other things, like you cast spells on him as personal.
Sort of, because whatever, greater mounts have the ability to share stuff to a degree.
I'll let you do it from this point.
I don't know.
If you would like to do that. As I'm implementing my sudden rule here, I'm like, I'll let you.
So, 16, that's much better.
This is bonus.
Does he get plus 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets plus 6. He gets a plus 10, so 26.
So he succeeds, so both of you have advantage on your...
Well, 27 is what I rolled originally.
Did you get better?
So 25, 32.
Okay.
There you go. That can't hurt you. Having a bigger save can't be bad.
Is this the same power as we've been getting hit with the entire
25.
campaign?
Okay, so you've all succeeded. So at half damage, it is only 33 lightning damage.
Unless you're me.
I mean, yeah, whatever. And what does your thing do?
Evasion.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, I was gonna say.
Nope.
Does a handstand on the bike. Misses
Uh,
all the lightning.
Banishment again?
Well, I'm gonna
He gets a...
fly off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Banishment has range.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly off
And you
and
should-
dash.
Alright. So you leave its range,
Ooh, it's almost as fast as you.
and it's going to bite for that. Does 20 hit?
Me?
It's going to be biting Genji.
Yeah, it hits Genji with a 20.
You will take
18 piercing and 5 lightning damage from.
You should make that. Pegasus are pretty tanky. I think I got like 50 HP.
18 and
5?
18 and 5.
5. Okay. He's still up.
Now can I
And
banish him?
59 HP.
Well, how far do you move?
It's
180.
feet.
Yeah, 180.
Okay. What is your range on banishment?
60. I'm doing a prepared action,
Okay, so
so when he comes within 60 feet of me, I'm banishing him.
thank you.
That means
So
you cast the spell, you got it in your hand.
But, so that's what you do on your turn. On his turn, it does. It throws off the sand as it up into the air after you. First off,
It is slower than you guys.
6.
6. So it does. It's keeping a pace. It's gonna go up to. And you moved 180. 180.
Yep.
So yeah, it's gonna make its 80 feet there to get you within
100.
100.
Just out of range.
Mm-hmm.
What's it only got a 90-foot line?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'd have
Hey
to
Ryan, you got
double
those arrows of
So
flame,
it makes
don't you?
another 80 towards it, and you're
Banish. Yeah.
move. Cha check. Fail. Legendary?
legendary.
I thought you only got. Oh, you got
3.
one.
3.
It's 3 of them.
3.
Don't fight dragons.
Continue running.
You're gaining 20 feet
um,
every time. Every round, you are slightly faster than this dragon.
Yeah, so I'm going to prepare another banishment.
I do something.
Prepare management?
No. No, I go ahead and grab onto Bob, and I'm going to use Dimension Door. And have all of us go max range away from him.
Can you carry Genji with that too?
Genji casts a spell as well.
And that's 500 feet?
Uh,
So wouldn't that dismount you though?
Nope.
Well, if
500 feet.
You can, and with tongues you understand it as well.
Yeah.
You just hear, I know your faces.
Well,
Your
good
scales don't have as much luster as you think.
Okay, then.
and now we're going to
And
the
you
sand.
can, and looking back, you can just see it diving straight down into the sand.
For the record, we're not coming back to this place, right?
Ever.
Hopefully we don't go back to the
Elemental plane of Earth.
the plane of a bunch of earth elemental sleeping.
Plane of Earth. It's the elemental plane of Earth.
You could have just paid the dragon.
I would like to point out once again, this is all your
Literally,
fault.
it wasn't even necessarily picking on what the reward was. It was just saying.
And here's where
I
we
got
fire
one.
resist. Okay. Well, not fire resist. We're using all those. Psychic resist.
No, fuck him. He threatened us.
He's a dragon. That was always going to happen.
That's what he does.
Yeah, he can't really be, like, outraged.
That's the cost of doing business.
No, he's better than you. I'll dare you think not to pay me for my magnanimous of letting you live.
I'm just saying he's lucky I didn't
And
think
you
about
find
the bow.
yourself to the unguarded portal that just sort of sits out along the edge.
Alright, well, we'll go on in.
And going through there.
What divine realm does this portal go through?
Ryan,
I believe
don't
that's
you
what
have
he's
those
checking.
You
arrows
find
of
yourself
slaying?
out, stepping through the portal from the desert onto onto sandy ground at the base of a river.
No.
Other rivers of the dead. Because dead love rivers.
Plants all sticking up around it.
This must be one of the Egyptian places.
Actually, quite specifically, it is the river of life. But
Let's super duper leave this place quickly.
and you can see about halfway across, sort of a little into the water on the other end, the portal that corresponds to it on the other end.
It's like, we gotta get out of here. Why? We're wearing gang colors, man. Get the silver dollars on our eyes.
He knows our faces. If we get the eyes fixed, he won't notice anymore.
If his mind is that simple. Let's hope it's a low intelligence dragon.
It's not. It's a dragon.
It's not white.
Yeah, it's not white. And 5th edition made white's not so stupid anymore.
I'm just saying he almost got banished a 3rd time.
Which he would have automatically succeeded.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have left, kept coming
If
after
he
you.
failed to save again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's really
I
that
have 4
fourth
banishments.
It's really that 4th banishment that's important.
Well, the bigger problem is that Pegasus doesn't have that much HP.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't have evasion either, so...
Yeah.
No.
One more lightning probably.
But do you
put him
just
out.
keep moving on through
Yeah.
the Nile into... Yeah. And you end up in... you end up in a checkpoint that is very differently structured, as this is one with turret guns and kind of things just sort of all trained at it.
Probably because of the dragon.
Well, it's also... you know, and they don't seem twitchy, they don't seem like that, but there's just people kind of looking...
Paperwork.
Yeah, I will go ahead and wave the symbol of my office.
Made it through.
Yeah, if you can get here, no problem. We're just here for anything else that comes through. What happened with the desert plane besides there being a dragon there? That people just gave up on it?
I mean, there are the...
Bunches
the
of dragons?
great sandworms that burrow within the desert. It's worms with a Y.
Oh, I was going to say.
Wyrms.
Yep.
Plus, they're coming and going.
So the desert's just full of blue dragons.
Otherwise, there's notes of rumored treasure, and yeah, it is. And the sands are constantly moving.
Yeah.
Any attempt to build structures in there gets sunken and pulling down beneath the sands.
Yeah. So it's
There's
more
no
just,
solid bottom. There's literally recycling the sands and everything, wearing it away. You build a stone structure, it just wears it to more sand.
Does that mean if we build enough stuff, eventually the whole sphere is just going to be one solid sand thing?
Yes,
Probably.
if we just start breaking out down mountains and importing all the material
I
into
don't
one...
understand how that's not a giant dumpster.
The dragons. The dragons is why.
They're sitting in front of the portal, tapping their fingers, waiting for somebody to try and do a dump.
That portal there is defensive directly across. But there are other portals in the River of Life. All it would take is someone to come out, trace along, and come out a different one. And they're not necessarily protected in the same way. So it's not like something couldn't go in and leave it through a different portal.
It's just to protect against the dumb monsters who look,
Yeah,
Okay,
it's-
fine. We won't throw trash in the desert.
It's also because we're not checking on that end.
That's the death end.
Yeah. It's like, we don't bother that. If you get through, you get through.
And then we check you like we would at an entrance portal.
Yep. We just do it all over here.
But yeah, we'll go ahead and pass through.
And it's a bit less than a full day from where you come out. You end up sort of in, you're pulling out like actually a little towards the water. You're like in the marsh as it comes through of the tributaries. But yeah, you make your way through. You don't directly pass through with the little encampment going this way. But I'm sure you're also equally able to fly over wine drops.
Yeah.
And probably another day passes, and after a full day of you guys doing your paperwork,
Woo! Team paperwork!
you managed to get everything, and I believe you were claiming a payment.
Yes. For 10,000 gold.
Did we ever get in contact with these two before
We can call them.
Yeah.
before we finish our paperwork?
Send a
Yeah, you probably have gotten a message once they got into the sand.
I put aside the death benefits paperwork. Guess I won't be filing those.
Surprisingly enough, this time.
Yeah.
You
Just-
pull out your folder and just put it back in there. It's like, it's mostly filled out, just not the date.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just sorting out samples, lining them up to turn in.
Yeah.
Because I believe we went to the cap, so I don't have to turn in or micromanage everything.
Okay, so 10,000 to fully reclaim Giant's base solo. which you didn't manage to necessarily do so. You had all those other teams that ended up coming in and helping with how long that took. Make... let's see here.
I don't actually have any really skills for this. I just say my character has those abilities.
Make a bureaucracy check.
Yeah, it's basically what it is. I'm just looking for what...
Is it intelligence or charisma?
It is intelligence.
I'm not good at that.
That's fine.
I've memorized the form.
Yeah, that's why I'm there helping. I was like, you're leading me through it. I'm writing down.
Religion check, religion bureaucracy.
We're not that kind of party.
No.
Arcana because of the labyrinth.
Yes. It's like spin the tail of the... While we didn't solo claim that, we did stop an insurrection of terrorists trying to destroy the world.
No,
and
No, let's
proclaim
do...
all their-
no, charisma's fine. Let's do a persuasion check. Let's fill the paperwork out as a persuasion check.
Guidance. I was like, this looks hard. Have some guidance for this day. Also, this looks... Well, I'm here all day. I'm just upping your charisma all day, so... I have... Let's see, 2...
I don't have any bonuses.
3... Yeah. Oh, I thought your charisma was high.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant no, like I don't have any like spells or anything to cast.
No. But I do, so... I have 5 enhanced abilities throughout the day to up his charisma and guidance. So...
A 10. That's basically a max roll.
So 14 plus your 4 plus...
22.
22. And it was 10,000 potential.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty
You
humble.
get...
I'm pretty humble about it because we definitely were a driving part there, but it was a team effort.
You managed to get 8,500.
Wasn't it supposed to be each?
No.
Was it?
No, they were pretty
Yeah, I don't think
sucky
so.
about it. It was 10,000 if we did it alone to split between us.
I'll just allow the other teams to make sure they file their work as secondary work because they definitely did cleanup, and that's a second job. And they need to file paperwork if they want to get paid for that.
Now, the true question is...
Because it was part of their contract.
Well, that's part of that. Now we start filling out the paperwork for recovering the proton packs, which was now part of that original contract, to get paid for that.
I mean, we could try, but it'd be easier to just turn them in and take a bounty.
Well, there's... Either way, there's definitely still paperwork on the proton packs.
Yeah, so you get that. So how many are you turning in?
All but 4 plus the old one.
So are you wearing the ones that you're not turning in?
Well, we're planning to re-requisition them.
Okay.
I'm just not turning mine in.
You're turning all but the 2 that are missing from you currently.
Oh yeah, we don't have those. Ryan has all those in his portable hole, so we just have the ones we're wearing.
Oh, if he has them, then yes, you only have those.
Yeah.
And yeah, they'll give you a $500 each for those, given whatever with the thing. They'll just sort of balance that out.
Mm-hmm.
So you turn in 2 of them.
Yeah. But then we re-requisition. Mm-hmm.
So we'll wait for work to be available. Right now, while stock is low, we're kind of...
Well, then we're also filling out paperwork and letting higher-ups know about the incursion of a cult that caused this and all that information we have on them. And then requesting the bounty to go after this cult trying to destroy the world.
Okay. Yeah, simple enough.
So
Nothing really given for cult bounty, but
yeah.
they're like, well, yeah, I mean, you managed to prove that you've done something, yeah.
But just that this is a priority, and we would like to let
It's
you
like,
know.
where's the proof and what's really going? I mean, we don't really see any of that. I mean, it's all hearsay here.
Do you accept talk?
Do you have any heads?
Not with us.
Don't.
Wait, no, don't we? Aren't the heads in your bag?
Yeah, because they don't want them in Ryan's hole.
Yeah. So like we do have the heads of the executed, and anyone with a spell Speak with Dead can question the prisoners.
I don't have Speak with Deads. Are you carrying around a bunch of decapitated heads?
Yes, for the
Bandit
spell.
heads.
Guard!
Bandit heads? Oh, that's fine then.
It's like we're adventurers and armed.
Or, you know, like people heads.
Yeah. But we already filled out the
Which have been
paperwork.
really
We killed-
strangely, like, treated, like to a creepy level.
so they wouldn't break out, so we could get them to the proper authorities to question them.
So you guys arrive back in town, and as you're calling, you're not able to get a hold of them.
Because of the jail.
Yeah. So do you go try to fill out paperwork?
No, first thing we do is go to the temple.
Yep.
Okay.
No, it's going to be on them for putting us in the jail cell. This is all proper procedure.
Mm-hmm. This would be...
Boy, you
there's
guys
no-
are going to be embarrassed about my countersuit.
This would totally be the right thing to do. They just
You
don't have
definitely
a
feel like he
procedure.
probably shouldn't have opened the bag of heads to the person that he's just talking.
He doesn't.
No, I asked him who I should open it for. Did he say open it for these people?
Okay,
No.
well, you need to be clear, because no, none of them. Until someone is requesting that, you don't you don't go showing around, I've decapitated 12 people.
Put their heads in a duffel bag. That's what you do.
That's the sort of thing that, as a legal consultant, I would describe as not smart.
Yeah.
That is upon request.
That is literally your line item is he took down cultists, evidence upon request.
Yeah. Yes, I'm smart.
You
enough
probably
to
have
ask the right people.
an asterisk gruesome in there, you know.
Not safe for work.
Yeah, it's like you've even prepared. Because if you don't get to basically the forensics people that's so used to dealing with that, then all of a sudden the freak out is you gotta go.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
Well, in that case, do you have them meet you at the temple?
If they want
We
to.
inform them
Well,
where
you're
we
able
are
to call
going.
them then when you're headed into the town,
We inform them where we are going. What
and
they
they
do
let
is
you know
not
that they
our
have
problem.
the money.
Okay, then yeah, we'll inform them.
And what temple are you going to?
Whatever
Ours?
the grand, whatever the
Okay.
Shinto grand.
Well, I mean, you could be going to like the Temple of Hades. There's lots of
Yeah,
The
we,
Greek
we
roads
want the eyes gone, so...
yeah.
So you're heading towards one of your Shinto.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you will meet up there next time. Cryptocurrencies. Put away your dice.
I never took my dice out.
I got a 9.
Hey, there you go. And you live.
And Austin gets 10.
Yeah.
Hey, well, there was a breakup. You know, you had like 1 or 2 without a 10.
Out of 5.
Yeah.
Out of 9.
It's 4.
7.
And join us next time for more. Thanks for watching. Bye.